on my parents being my best friends in the future. I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, am the only child to date, Thursday, 10 April 2025, to move back in with my parents as an adult for an extended stay, 2 or more years. Here I project forwards to me living with my soulmates and keeping my parents as my best friends. Best friends, yes. My besties currently, at least evaluated on an in-person during waking hours mode. Kona dog goes, paw in the air, me too, sis. So Kona bro, my brother. And so it was like, looking forwards, so I've talked about with, my Josh and I having a dream house in Woodway, which is about, the house is like 1.5 miles to 2 miles that way. I've talked about maybe my Mr. David Beckham buying a house in Shoreline, and in our kind of working through that together, we've settled on a few houses of interest, kind of ranked in terms of like approaching to see if we can get and like, so in ordering of what we want, but like if we can't get one, we're okay with the other. So 3 where we like, and they're all about 0.5 mile to 1 mile that way here in Shoreline. And so what I've talked about doing a PhD in physics in Italy, which would be living over there. So there's as well, and that would be living with my soulmates, even if just my squirrels. And I have a, is it gonna be a queen size bed over in Italy, and I'm gonna sleep on one side, and I'm gonna have a rectangular / square, we haven't decided on the full dimensions yet, on the other side of the bed that has, Scar Baby Blotchy and 2 others like Ghoul and Honeysuckle or something. There's like the squirrels sleep on a bed on my bed, and then I sleep on one side of the bed. And so I'm thinking through it all, and I'm like, do I want to keep my parents as my best friends? And I'm like, well, they have their perks, and I hope I have my perk for them as well. Like, I think, so the dynamic there, and part of bringing up, like, cutting people out or off, like in reference to the parents, or taking a break, like me actually doing that, it would be felt, right? Like, it might be the kind of thing where living here, or we have to get the houses, like the houses kind of thing. Once we do that, it'd be possible we could see my parents like 4 to 5 times a week, or just on living our lives, especially if I keep doing the same walk run, and I did that 5 times a week. I'd be coming past this house, or I live where my parents live, if they're living here, or in the house I've brought up previously, that Josh and I may be like, oh, there's this house you guys might like, can we buy it for you, kind of thing. That's on the loop as well. It'd be going past them 5 times a week just on exercise alone. And, if we bake something and we want to share, or if we have questions, or we have an open night and we're thinking of going out to dinner. Hey, Mom, Dad, you want to go out to dinner? We're gonna go get some donuts. You want some donuts? You want, like, and other stuff as well, just kind of stuff around the house. So in the past, my mom came to California when I had my skin cancer removed. She came with me. She was there with me at the surgeon's office, like at the surgery center, I guess. And then my dad came to Hawaii to help take me to the emergency room for my head trauma back then. So they've been there for really big moments, and they are my support network. I rely on them for kind of everything, and I don't want to lose them in more than one sense of that meaning. So perhaps the biggest thing I can do, thinking of visual construction spaces, here's one. Do they do sacred Saturdays in the future? Do I train them on sacred Saturdays? And I do computer games, and maybe I find computer games they like, but like, is there something else that we could like synchronize too? Like, if I'm in town, do we do sacred Saturdays, and maybe it's still like for my mom rotating activities if she doesn't take to a particular activity. Maybe we find something like Like, does she like flowers, and can we rotate the activity to be around flowers without being flowers each time, so she doesn't kind of burn out on it or anything like that. So my parents being my best friends in the future, I'm up for that. What I'm trying to say is there might be a dynamic of high frequency interaction while I'm here, and then like in-person interaction, and then like no in-person interaction for a while if I'm away in Italy, kind of thing. But then also when I'm here, if I have something really big I'm working on, being like, it might not be 4 to 5 times a week. If I'm like, it might be 2 or 3, or the like the world has stopped, only one, kind of thing. So, or we're adjusting to something going on in life and the world, like we're kind of busy, but don't forget about each other. Let's do that one thing one month, like okay. So yes, I'm up for it. So that's all my parents being my best friends in the future.